Hey everyone, today I'm just going to do another quick devlog on my Tesla Coil game that I've been working on. Again, name is currently just a placeholder. I'm still working on some title, but this is sort of my Tesla Coil Lightning game that I've been working on. And so I'm just going to do a couple of rounds, just to show you guys some gameplay again, probably get a better idea of how everything works. Over the past couple of days, I've actually done a couple of things. Like I mentioned last time, I was wanting to work on the juice a little bit, give it a little bit more of a game feel, and I feel like I've added a good bit of stuff for that. The first thing that y'all can see is that when we hit enemies, we get this dinky little particle effect. Just some basic thing that I made in code. It's honestly nothing super snazzy. All it does is it basically checks to see if an enemy has been hit, and if it has, it just spawns a random number of basically thin rectangles of different sizes, and they kind of just explode out. So nothing crazy, but it's good enough to get a visual indication of something's been happening. So we're hit with our first shop screen, so I'm just gonna, let's go try to invest in as much branching as we can for this run. Just more branch chance, more max number of branches. We'll see if we can get crazy. The other thing that I added is, I don't know, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos from other game developers talking about how to add juice to their games, and one of the things that I had seen practically everyone mention is screen shake. So I added just a little bit of that, nothing crazy, but whenever an enemy dies, you can see that the screen's shaking a little bit. Don't know how I feel about it right now. I feel like it's still a little bit jarring, but that can ultimately be a little bit fine-tuned once I have some more stuff built up around it. So let's increase our damage a little bit, and let's get some knockback early, just get a little bit of hit stun on some of these enemies. So now in round 3. But yeah, there's a couple of other things that I'm thinking of adding to this game. First and foremost is probably sound effects. One, because those are actually pretty easy to actually get set up in the game. You kind of just need to find some sound files that you're happy with, and then you can just place them in the Godot IDE and import them, and you're kind of off to the races. It's pretty easy to instantiate all the audio players for all that stuff. So honestly, no big issues there. We're gonna upgrade our branch chance. More branches, the better, in my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just the dev. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to have like each of these enemies get a little bit of a sound effect. I don't know, maybe like a spawn sound to just like give you an indication of like what's coming. I know there's visual indicators already with what you can see them being spawned, but I think it would just add a little bit more flavor to the game. And then some of the other upgrades that hopefully we'll get one or two while we're playing this one. I want to add some sound effects for it too, and I can talk about that a little bit when we actually get there. But let's add the attraction strength. Oh man, should have bought the max number splits, but who cares? We can just add a little bit of lightning, and we'll go on to the next round. Okay, yeah, so this is one of the ones that I wanted to talk about. I'm going to go with the explosive split upgrade right now, so you can now see that I have some little explosions whenever we have lightning branching off, and should increase my damage a little bit, especially once we're starting to get quite a few more enemies spawning now that we're in round 5. But yeah, I feel like adding just a dinky little explosion sound effect would really improve the game a little bit. And some of the other special upgrades I think should have some unique sound effects as well, just to add some more flavor again. Like, I don't know, maybe making the lasers that'll end up shooting out of your lightning rods a little bit more oomph-y, and just giving them like a little bing sound or something. I don't know. Just still playing around with this game, like I said. I've been working on this for a couple of weeks now. I usually am able to get just a couple of hours every night in this, work full time anyways, but got a bunch of stuff that I want to try to get done this weekend, and hopefully we'll have some more updates next week. But so far, I've actually really been enjoying just kind of the engineering process of it. Definitely not following best principles for game design. Like I mentioned in my last video, I'm actually a software engineer. as a professional, and I've never actually delved into game design before, so this is kind of my first chance at it. But I've been having a lot of fun just teaching myself a new programming language, all these new tools, kind of this new way of thinking about software. It's actually been a lot of fun to mess around with, and if anyone has any just generic game design tips, I'd love to hear them. I've been getting most of my resources and information from other YouTubers, just Game Maker's Toolkit, you know, the classic. I feel like everyone's going to say that. So watching some Juniper dev stuff as well. Really like a lot of her stuff. And I'm going to try to ultimately model some of my gameplay and some of these devlogs maybe in some of their style. Let's go ahead. Let's increase our branch chance a little bit more. Let's make our explosions a little bit bigger. That's what that size parameter does. It doesn't actually make the lightning bolts any bigger, but it is going to increase the radius of our circles. Shit, we got more splits. Probably gonna end up dying pretty soon. Still got to work on the balance a little bit, but we'll see how far we can make it. Yeah, now we're getting, because we started killing multiple enemies, we're starting to get a whole bunch of extra currency compared to some of the earlier rounds. Ooh. Arc Stabilizer, still not super sold on. That's the one that shoots your lightning in straight lines, but we'll get there when we get there. So we're going to go with Chain Lightning. Cooldown period is now severely decreased, so we're actually shooting tons of lightning, and we might actually make it a little bit further than I thought we were going to. Ooh. These fucking teleporters. Yeah, some of the enemies need a little bit of fleshing out as well. Just, I feel like that's one of the hard parts is I've been having a lot of success just kind of coming up with an idea, and I feel like I've been pretty easily able to implement any idea that I have, and I'm thankful for that because of my background, but it's just made it easier for me to appreciate how much polish goes into just the actual game design process. Like, it's just the little things that you would have never thought about. That stuff has taken me tons of time to ultimately flesh out and figure out on my own, but it's been a fun process. Oh my god, now that we're killing tons of enemies, the screen is shaking like crazy. It's actually a pretty solid run. Let's end up seeing how far we can make it. Doing pretty good. Getting a little overwhelmed with all these enemies though. Alright. Let's just keep going. More branch chance? Why not? More splits? Why not? More branch chance? Why not? Alright, we're in a pretty solid territory. We have a bunch of money. So let's get some crit, some more knockback that'll keep us alive longer, make our extra lightning bolts hit more often, more branch chance, more traction. Yeah, I want to add some more upgrades to this. Again, the economy still needs to be a little bit more fleshed out. I feel like I'm making my job a little extra difficult considering the scoring system that I've had in place. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like, yeah, sometimes you'll see some larger numbers popping up compared to some of the smaller numbers. That's actually happening because we're getting more than one kill for each of our lightning shots. So that's kind of what I wanted to implement. I feel like it's kind of a unique concept that I wanted to go for, is trying to create this push and pull between risk and reward. So if you get enemies closer to you, they're actually going to end up getting bunched up a little. They're going to slowly funnel down, so you could theoretically get more kills with them, and the more kills that you get with more shots, you actually get logarithmically more points. So I'm just going to go through, buy some more upgrades. We got a ton of currency right now. Max number of splits, accuracy, attraction, strength. Shit, we can buy some lives, some more size, crit chance, cooldown duration. Why not? Let's just shoot a little bit faster. Yeah, this economy needs to be fixed because now I'm rich and I can buy damn near everything. Let's see how far we can get before we actually break the game. Might actually be pretty fun to check out. Alright, bink, bink, bink. Next round. Shit, let's go red lasers. I think I might end up destroying. Yeah, you can see I just absolutely obliterated one of those lightning rods, and I don't know how much damage the lasers are actually doing, but man, this is getting absolutely nuts. Our splits from the lightning split explosion upgrade is kind of doing a bunch of the heavy lifting for us, because we are truly just shooting basically a laser off of it, because it's just dealing so much damage with all the explosions. So we'll bump up our damage a little bit. We're still dealing significantly less damage, I think, than the enemies have health. We can check that real fast. I'm just going to go into the next round, honestly. Yeah, we're still dealing a little bit less damage per base enemy health than what they currently have, but you have to remember that with each shot we're actually shooting multiple lightning bolts. Like right now we're probably averaging 6 or 7 individual bolts for each shot, so that's ultimately dealing like, I don't know, 7 times the usual damage that we're actually seeing in the shop. So we'll probably do one more round of this and then I can call it. I think I've actually gotten to the point where I've already broken the game. That's definitely one of the things that I want to keep working on, is just figuring out the balance a little bit. Definitely still want to add some more enemies, some more special upgrades. I've got a lot of ideas for fun upgrades that we can get. I want to make them more visually appealing as well. Like, it's kind of what I was referring to, is that juice. Like, if you look at that lightning rod on the left of the screen right now, it's just shooting these dinky little lasers out at the enemies, and it's, I don't know, it's not nearly as impactful as these giant orange circles that keep spawning up around the screen. But yeah, that's just kind of my quick update on the game I've been working on, and so hope you all enjoyed, and stay tuned for more.